Hello everyone and welcome back to the channel. Welcome to this extended review of Northumberland Zoo, a family-run wildlife park nestled in the heart of Northumberland countryside. In this video I'll be taking you through the zoo's history, its diverse collection of animals, the visitor experience and why it has become such a popular destination in the northeast of England. Whether you're planning a visit or simply interested in learning more about this hidden gem, this detailed review will guide you through everything the zoo has to offer. Northumberland Zoo is located off the A1, close to Felton, between Morpeth and Alnwick. It's in a very accessible position for both locals and tourists. If you're travelling from Newcastle, you're looking at roughly 30 minutes, while those coming from Edinburgh will find it in just under 2 hours. Its convenient location means it can be easily combined with day trips to other attractions in the region, such as Alnwick Castle, Druridge Bay, or the beautiful Northumberland coastline. Unlike some of the larger, more commercial zoos in the UK, Northumberland Zoo has a friendly, family-run feel. It's privately owned and has grown steadily over the years, focusing on not becoming the biggest, but providing excellent animal welfare and a welcoming environment for visitors. This gives a very different atmosphere from places such as Chester or Edinburgh. It feels more intimate, more personal, and very much rooted in the local community. As you arrive, parking is straightforward with a large free car park by the entrance. The entrance building houses the reception, a shop, and there's a little cafe nearby. Staff are friendly and welcoming, and one of the first things you notice is how much effort is going into keeping the zoo well presented. The landscaping, enclosures and pathways are all well cared for, and the whole site is clean and tidy, although some of the paths are a little bit uneven in places, so people who have more limited mobility may need to take care. This is a place where the welfare of animals and visitor experience is taken seriously. Once you're through the zoo entrance, it's well laid out and easy to navigate. The paths loop around the different enclosures. There are clear signposts guiding you through. It's not a huge zoo and you won't be walking miles, unlike many larger sites, but there's plenty to see and enough variety easily to fill more than a day. Northumberland Zoo is home to more than 100 species of animals, ranging from exotic mammals to birds, reptiles and farm animals. The zoo has steadily grown its collection, adding new exhibits and expanding its facilities, while keeping the focus on education and conservation. One of the highlights of the zoo is the Arctic foxes. These beautiful animals are rarely seen in the UK collections, and Northumberland Zoo has been particularly successful in housing them. Their enclosure allows visitors to get a good look at them, and in the winter months they really come into their own, their thick white coats standing out against the colder backdrop. They're lively, engaging animals and a firm favourite with visitors. Another standout here is the Scottish Wildcat breeding programme. The Scottish Wildcat is one of the UK's most endangered native species, and the zoo is playing its part in conservation efforts to save them from extinction. You'll find the wildcats in a spacious, naturalistic enclosure, and although they can be elusive, spotting one feels like a real privilege. The zoo's interpretation boards explain their plight and why captive breeding is so important to their survival. You'll find meerkats, which remain a firm visitor favourite wherever they are housed. The meerkat mob at Northumberland Zoo is as entertaining as ever, digging, standing on sentry duty, and generally showing off their naturalistic behaviours. Their enclosure has clear viewing points, making them particularly good for younger visitors to watch. The zoo also keeps lemurs, including ring-tailed lemurs, and these are another highly engaging species. They have a walk-through enclosure. During set times, visitors can get closer to the lemurs in a controlled environment. This is not only entertaining but also educational, and provides visitors a chance to learn about Madagascar's unique wildlife and the challenges they face in the wild. Other mammals you may encounter include wallabies, raccoons and donkeys. While some of these may seem less exotic than lions or elephants, the zoo more than makes up for that with its accessibility. You're able to get much closer to many of these animals than you might at larger collections, and this creates a sense of connection that appeals particularly to families and children. The bird collection at Northumberland Zoo is varied, with species from around the world. You'll find owls, parrots and waterfowl among others. The owls are particularly striking, with several different species housed in large aviaries that allow you to see them clearly. The zoo often holds educational talks and has regular flying displays, which give visitors the chance to learn more about these fascinating birds of prey. There are also exotic parrots, including macaws and cockatoos, although the macaw is not currently on display. Their vibrant plumage and vocal personalities add colour and sound to the zoo. Signage around the aviaries explains their natural habitats and the threats they face in the wild, reinforcing the zoo's focus on education and conservation. Northumberland Zoo also features a reptile house home to snakes, lizards and amphibians. This indoor space is smaller than those found in some larger zoos, but it's still an important part of the collection. The reptile house provides a change of pace from the outdoor exhibits and is particularly useful on wetter days when visitors might want some shelter. Species here include bearded dragons, corn snakes and tree frogs. In addition to the exotic species, the zoo also has a section dedicated to domestic and farm animals. This is particularly popular with younger children and gives them a chance to see goats, sheep and pigs up close. One of the things that makes Northumberland Zoo stand out is its manageable size. It strikes a balance between large enough to offer variety, but small enough not to be overwhelming. You can see most of the zoo in 3 to 4 hours, but if you take your time, attend some talks or feeding session and stop for refreshments, you can easily spend a full day here. Education is the cornerstone of Northumberland Zoo's mission. Throughout the day, the zoo runs a series of keeper talks and feeding sessions. These are informal but highly informative, offering insights of the animals, diets, behaviours and conservation status. Talks might focus on meerkats, lemurs, the owls or the wildcats depending on the schedule. A key species to view here is the snow leopards, as the talk is very informative and may give you a chance to see these magnificent animals. For schools and educational group, the zoo offers tailored visits that align with the curriculum. Sessions are interactive, often including animal encounters, and they cover topics ranging from habitats and adaptations to conservation and sustainability. The zoo's relatively small size works in its favour here. It creates an intimate environment where children can really engage with the content. A key part of any zoo visit is the facilities, and Northumberland Zoo has clearly invested in providing a comfortable experience. The cafe is located near the entrance and offers hot and cold meals, snacks and drinks. Prices are reasonable and the focus is on locally sourced produce where possible. There's an indoor seating area for colder days and outdoor picnic benches for when the sun is shining. The gift shop, also located in the entrance building, sells a range of souvenirs, from plush toys to books that have been locally themed and sourced. As with most zoos, income from the shop directly supports the running of the zoo and its animals, so spending here is a way of contributing to the zoo's sustainability. Toilets are clean and conveniently placed, and baby changing facilities are available. For families, there's also a children's play area which provides a chance for kids to let off steam between animal exhibits. Northumberland Zoo enhances its visitor offer with several seasonal events. These might include Easter egg hunts, Halloween themed evenings or Christmas celebrations. Such events add variety, encourage repeat visits and help build the zoo's relationship with the local community. During these times, the zoo often introduces themed activities for children, special talks or feeding demonstrations. However, these events may be on hold for the next 12 months due to the zoo's expansion, which we will talk about in a later video. One of the most appealing aspects of Northumberland Zoo is its affordability. Ticket prices are generally lower than that for the big national zoos, which makes it an accessible day out for families. At the time of this review, adult prices are typically around £16.50, with concessions and children tickets available at reduced rates. Children under a certain age can enter for free, which is helpful for families with young kids. There are also seasonal passes available for regular visitors. These provide unlimited visits throughout the year, which is excellent value if you live locally. And at the time of recording, I believe they're around about £65 per adult. When compared with larger zoos such as Chester or Edinburgh, which can easily cost £35 per adult, Northumberland Zoo offers a more budget-friendly alternative, and while it may not have elephants, rhinos or lions, it provides a rich variety of species in a more intimate setting, and crucially without the need for long treks between visits. If you're planning a trip to Northumberland Zoo, there are a few tips to help you get the most from your visit. Arrive early. The zoo opens at 10 AM, and arriving early means you'll have time to explore at a more relaxed pace. Some animals are more active in the morning, particularly the carnivores and primates. Check the schedule. Keeper talks and feeding sessions are a highlight, and they add a lot of value to the visit. Check the timetable on arrival, which will allow you to plan your route so you don't miss them. Dress for the weather. The zoo is mostly outdoors, so be prepared for the changeable Northumberland weather. Waterproof and comfortable shoes may be recommended. Bring a camera with snow leopards, the lemur walkthrough, active meerkats, and close views of owls and wildcats. There are plenty of opportunities for photography. Consider bringing a picnic whilst the cafe is good. Bring your old picnic can make the day more affordable, and there are plenty of outdoor areas where you can sit and eat. You really need to allow 3 or 4 hours for the visit. The zoo is manageable in half a day, but if you want to enjoy it fully, including taking breaks and listening to all the talks, I would probably spend the full day there. There are several areas where Northumberland Zoo really shines. Animal variety. Whilst it doesn't house the biggest species, the mix of animals, birds, reptiles and farm animals keeps things varied and interesting. Accessibility and layout. It's very easy to navigate, family friendly and not overwhelming in size. Although, as I've said before, the paths can be a little bit uneven in places, so please bear this in mind if you're pushing chairs or using wheelchairs or mobility scooters. It has an excellent conservation role, especially the Scottish Wildcat breeding programme, and also conservation work with the snow leopard as well, which highlight their importance. It's excellent value for money, tickets are affordable, and passes make it one of the better priced zoos in the UK. Visitor experience, it's very clean, tidy, exceptionally well run. The staff are very friendly and seem to genuinely care about their customers. To keep the review balanced, it's worth noting a few areas. There's no big zoo species here. If you're expecting elephants, lions or giraffe, you won't find them here. The focus is on smaller but equally engaging species. This is an outdoor attraction, so it can be wet and windy at times, although the reptile house and indoor spaces do provide some shelter. The zoo is smaller than others, but like I said, there is a major expansion underway, but this is part of its charm. It is much more manageable and a much more family friendly day out. In the broader picture of UK zoos, Northumberland Zoo plays a vital role. Large flagship zoos like London and Chester often dominate attention, but smaller regional zoos like Northumberland are equally important. They provide accessible education, contribute to breeding programmes, and foster local engagement with conservation. For many children, Northumberland Zoo will be a first introduction to animals like lemurs, meerkats, arctic foxes and snow leopards. That spark of wonder can stay with them for life, inspiring future interest in animals conservation, or even careers in science and care. The zoo's manageable scale makes it less intimidating for young visitors, creating a gentle and positive introduction to the world of wildlife. The zoo's roots as a family-run venture are still evident today. Unlike larger corporate attractions, Northumberland Zoo feels personal. Staff are approachable, keepers are often happy to answer questions outside of formal talks, and there's a genuine atmosphere of care. This sense of connection between staff, animals and visitors sets it apart from some of the bigger, busier zoos where you can feel they're just another number in the crowd. The seasonal events, local sourcing in the cafe and involvement in local schools all reinforce this bond with the surrounding community. It's not just a place to see animals, it's a hub of education, recreation and local pride. And so what's the final verdict of Northumberland Zoo? It may not have the vast scale or star species of the UK's largest zoological gardens, but what it does have is heart, variety and accessibility. The enclosures are well designed, the animals are healthy and active, and the staff are knowledgeable and welcoming. The focus is on endangered species like Scottish wildcats, demonstrate the zoo is more than just a visitor attraction. It's part of the bigger conservation story. For families, it's an ideal day out, affordable, manageable, and packed with engaging species. For wildlife enthusiasts, it offers unusual species like Arctic foxes and snow leopards that you won't see everywhere. And for the locals, it's a place to return across the seasons, enjoying changes in both the animals and the Northumberland countryside that surrounds the site. In short, Northumberland Zoo is a shining example of what smaller regional zoos can achieve. It combines education, conservation and enjoyment in a way that feels authentic and sustainable. If you're in the northeast of England, it's well worth adding to your places to visit. I hope you have enjoyed the video and please like, share and subscribe. I will now leave you to enjoy the remaining footage. Thank you for watching and take care, and please consider subscribing to the channel.
Oh no, right in my ear. Do you mind? You're trying to show off, aren't you? Hey, can you get off? I don't want to push him off. Such a show off. Look at that. Oh, the Reese, okay?